So welcome to the next session of the Web Liftoff course. And today we're going to talk about Visual Composer. And what is Visual Composer? So Visual Composer is a page builder for WordPress. And a page builder allows you to manipulate elements on the page. Prior to Visual Composer is just one of a number of page builders, although I think it is one of the more popular page builders that allows you to move content around and manipulate your content with a degree of control that until these page builders were developed, prior to that, you needed a developer to do a lot of these things. So it wasn't that many years ago, if you wanted to have 3 columns on the page, you'd have to get a developer, or you would need to know how to code to do that. So this is Visual Composer, and in WordPress here, you see this button that comes when you have Visual Composer. If we click that, we go back to the classic WordPress edit screen. And you'll see it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's got all of the Visual Composer code in there. So if you ever come into a post or a page and information looks like this, then all you need to do is click here on Backend Editor to see Visual Composer. Now, the anatomy of Visual Composer is such that it has page sections or rows, and inside of those rows we have many elements. Or we could just have one, but in this case there's many elements. And this is the About page. So these are these elements here. We're here for your fitness, About Us. This is the first one. We're here for your fitness, About Us. You can see here there's some padding that's been put in place, and we can drag and drop elements around. So let's drag this one here, and let's update this page. And if we come out and refresh the page here, you'll see it's now got fitness. We're here for you, for your, rather than we're here for your fitness. So let's go and put that back, because that's not what we want to do. Back there. At any time, we can add new elements to these sections. Let's click here, and we could add a row. We can add a text block, icon, separator. There's a lot of choice here. Not only is there a lot of choice here, but if you head to Code Canyon, you will find pretty much any effect that you're ever going to want to create on a website. So we can also drag around these page sections. So let's see what it looks like if we drag this one down below that one. Let's update the page and refresh that page. And you'll see the page now starts with About Us and then moves on to We're Here for Your Fitness. Let's go back one and put that back in place. Within each page section, you can collapse the section. So we could collapse all the sections here. You can clone the section. And you can also delete this page section or delete anything within it. There's also clone here, and of course there's the edit button. So let's now change the About Us text. You can see the heading there, About Us. Let's come and click here, and with Visual Composer, you click on the pencil icon to edit the text block. Now you can make this window bigger. I tend to make it a little bit wider and a little bit taller, just so I've got a little bit more room in there. And here's the default text from our Jupyter template. And we'll paste our new text in, remembering Command Shift V on a Mac or Command Shift Control-Shift-V on a Windows computer to paste without formatting. Sometimes you'll want to keep formatting, although there's always a danger that you're going to bring in some unwanted code. In this case, we don't want any formatting, so Command-Shift-V. One thing I like to do is break up sections of text. People struggle enough reading on the web. I'm going to make that into 3 separate sections. Click Save Changes, and I'm going to update the page. And if we come here to our page and refresh it, and there's our new text. Now, of course, Ali's probably not going to want to say about us, so let's come back into here, scroll down and find the About Us, and for the moment let's put About Ali and save the changes. Let's scroll a little further down. In the Our Team section, Ali has a team of 8 working with her. So let's click on the Our Team, and you'll notice that's just the heading. So let's close that. Let's click on the Employees section. So what this block here does is it takes information from the custom post type called Employees, this one here, and puts them on a page. So if you don't understand how that works, there is another video in the training course, Understanding Custom Post Types. Go and check it out, and it will explain how you take pieces of content and reuse them throughout a site. Let's click on this now. And we can choose from simple, boxed or classic style. We're not going to change the style for now. This says how many columns we want. If we click back out here, you'll see there's 4 columns. We could change that to 5. 6 is probably the maximum. No, 5 is the maximum. We're going to keep it as 4 because we know there's 8. We could make the employee photos round, and we want to make 8 employees. If we wanted to, we could only show employees from a specific category, or we could just show specific employees. In this case, we want to show everybody. And the other things here, don't worry about too much. It allows you to order it, and for CSS purposes, add an extra class name. So let's click Save. Now, I don't know how many employees are actually in there, so when I update here, this may not actually make any change until we add some more employees. Let's go and see. Command or Control R to refresh our page. And as I thought, because there aren't 8 employees, it's not showing another row of them at this stage. So for the final part of our Introduction to Visual Composer section, we are going to add some new content, a new section to the page. Now, I highly recommend anytime you're adding anything new to copy something that already exists rather than recreate it. So you'll see here all of these have padding space, and things like that. One of the things they create is the feel of this theme. See, there's plenty of white space between each section, and we'd like to continue that same feel. So if we create a new section, we need to make sure that we find out what those things are. The alternative to that is finding the section that's closest to what we want and cloning that. So we want to put a section in between testimonials and any questions. So the background color we want to be the same as this, so that there's a clear line between the sections. So in this case, I'm going to use the Our Team section, and I'm going to clone that. And you'll see now we have Our Team, and if we scroll down a little bit further, Our Team again. I'm going to drag it to the other side of the testimonials. I'm going to update that. And click here and refresh this page just to see what it looks like. And you can see now we've got the Our Team part, testimonials, and then Our Team again. Now, although we do want a number of columns here, we don't necessarily want to be drawing that information from the employees section. They are just going to be images of the certificates. So I'm going to scroll down now, and I'm going to leave the padding and the divider, and I'm just going to get rid of employees. And I'm going to change the title to qualifications and save those changes. So I now need to add in a new section. Or really I should say new element that allows us to display images. And you'll see here we've got quite a few choices with our images. We've got a single image, image gallery, image carousel, and so on. I'm going to see what an image gallery looks like in this instance. One of the things with all of these elements of Visual Composer is you're not really going to know what a lot of them look like until you try them. So I suggest getting in there and having a go. Try something out, see if it's what you want, delete it if it isn't, keep it if it is. So let's click on Image Gallery. And here we are in the Image Gallery settings. So let's leave the heading title and let's add a couple of images. Just see what happens. Upload, select the files. So once the image is uploaded, it's got a title there. I'm going to copy and paste that same information into the alt text and click Add Image. Let's add a second one. And I'll add a third and fourth image here. So now that we have our images in there, let's skip over the custom links. We've got a number of styles we can choose from. For the moment I'm going to leave it as grid so we can see what that looks like. We just want 3 columns. We want it to resize and crop, even though it says not recommended. Let's leave it at that for the moment, shall we? And let's press save. I'm going to drag that up to there. Let's update the page and refresh this page. And there's our certificates. So as you can see, those are a little bit messy. One of the reasons is that they're not the same size to begin with. So we can come back and fix that. I'd probably like to put a little bit more space between each of those. Click on Image Gallery. And I'm going to suggest about 20 pixels between each item. Let's make it a little bit more spacious. Save changes and update. Come out here and refresh our page. So that's a quick overview on adding a new section in Visual Composer. You'll see as we scroll down the page via our team, testimonials, and then into qualifications. Obviously it needs a little bit of work here, but it's a good start.